Hey everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be comparing OpenArt versus Higgsfield. Which AI creative tool should you actually use in 2026? So I gave OpenArt and Higgsfield the same exact prompts. I tested them across all of the categories that matter to you, and the results were so different it actually changed which one I would recommend. What I have realized is that most people end up picking the wrong one out of these two, waste a couple of months of credits, and never figure out why their results look nothing like the viral content that you see on Instagram or TikTok. Now here's the thing that nobody tells you before you sign up. These two tools look like competitors, but they are secretly built for completely different jobs. So I'll be showing you exactly where each one wins, where each one falls apart, and some pro tips that will genuinely help you save a lot of money. By the end, you will know exactly which one to pick and how to start. So if you would like to grab some free credits as you watch along and test them out with the same demos I'll be running, go ahead and get started using the links below this video at your convenience. So let's go ahead and run the demos to pick the better one, starting with image generation. I'll be using the same exact prompt that you see on the screen, something detailed like a cinematic portrait of an old fisherman at golden hour and the rest of the details. I'll generate this in OpenArt first and then in Higgsfield, but what you will generally find is that OpenArt produces stronger, more controllable image results. And this is because it gives you access to 100+ image models and tools like seed control, style filters, and color palettes. You can dial in exactly what you want. We also have the character consistency feature, which is a real advantage. If you are building a brand or a series where the same character needs to appear across many images, OpenArt handles that better than almost anything in this price range. Now Higgsfield can generate images as well, and they are pretty good, but image generation is not its focus. I personally really like Higgsfield Sol 2.0, but after a while of seeing the same creators create with this model, it gets very repetitive. Maybe if it's your first time seeing this, you're gonna think it looks super good, but trust me, if you have seen 10 accounts on Instagram running the same AI influencer with this style, you will catch up to it very fast. So in the category of image generation, OpenArt gives you more control and more options. Now the great thing is that these tools are not only image generators, so we also have video of course, and I'm going to run the same approach using the same prompt in both, this time something like a sports car drifting around a mountain corner at sunset. It pretty much emphasizes the visuals right here, as well as tests the physics engine of each tool. Now even if both these wrapper platforms use similar models, they don't offer the same exact model version. So as you can see on OpenArt versus Higgsfield, you're going to check the model list and see quite a variance. They also add different models at different times, and they have their in-house models like Higgsfield Sol, whereas OpenArt gives you a whole lot more tools to test and generate with. But what you will generally find when generating videos between these two platforms is that Higgsfield produces noticeably more cinematic or controlled video. The camera motion presets are the difference maker here. You can apply a crash zoom or dolly shots or 360 rotations and get a result that looks directed, not random. Normally you would write a prompt and then describe the motion in it and pray that the AI gets it right. But when you have this much level of control over the exact angles and even the camera lens as Higgsfield provides, you will actually start getting some noticeably predictable results rather than praying that the AI gets it right. It also gives you access to the best video models available like Kling 3, Veo, and Sora all in one place instead of paying to them in 2 or 3 different subscriptions. We also have the lip sync avatar feature, so for talking head content, this is genuinely impressive. You turn a selfie into a talking presenter. OpenArt also has video generation through its model library, and it is capable as you can see, but it doesn't have the cinematic camera controls or the depth of video specific features that Higgsfield is built around. For serious video work, Higgsfield is a stronger tool. So at this point, every single one of these two platforms gets a win each. OpenArt takes image generation and Higgsfield takes video, which means the decision really comes down to two things, and most people never really check before they pay: how easy each one is actually to use, and for that both of them are pretty similar. And second, what do they really cost once the credits start disappearing? Now when it comes to the ease of use, especially for beginners, both tools are browser-based with no installation, but still though the interface will feel different to use, especially as a complete beginner. OpenArt is consistently praised as one of the most beginner-friendly AI tools available. The dashboard is clean, maybe a little bit crowded, but you still know how to navigate it well. The prompt box appears very easily and you don't need prompt expertise to get good results. You can even press a button to improve your prompting, and even though I don't normally use it, I would assume that if you're a complete beginner and you don't know what you're doing, then using it is better than writing something super broad or random. So for the magic prompt feature that improves your prompts for you, I would still assume that it removes most of the friction. Now Higgsfield is also accessible especially through its Diffuse mobile application, which lets you create on your phone with daily free credits. But since it's built around more advanced video features with motion control, VFX, model selection, there is a lot more to learn to get the most out of it. It's not rocket science, but it has more depth to navigate. So definitely OpenArt, in my opinion, is more beginner friendly. Now let's talk about the part that you should stick around for, and that is the pricing. Both of these tools advertise a price that is not what you actually pay. There is definitely a misconception built into how both of them will charge you. And since you don't want to burn through a month of credits in just a couple of days and wonder where it all went, let me break it down for you so it doesn't happen to you as well. Now OpenArt starts with a free plan, then the essential plan at around $7 per month on annual billing. That gives you about 4,000 credits. If you opt for the monthly pay, you would have to pay $14 per seat per month. So you would be saving 50% when opting for the annual pay. If you would like to get started for free and then upgrade to this plan, go ahead and get started using the link below this video at your convenience. Now the advanced plan bumps you up to 12,000 credits with more power features like parallel generations and model training. Now on the other hand, Higgsfield starts with a free plan that's really just a very short trial. You get about 10 credits, watermarked exports, limited models, and this would allow you to generate up to 2 different generations depending on which models you choose and so on. So it's definitely not enough for you to get started and test any of the advanced features. Now the way they charge you that I was talking about earlier that applies to both is that 1 credit does not equal to 1 creation, and different actions will cost you wildly different amounts. On OpenArt, a basic image is cheap, but high-res upscaling or complex workflows will cost much more. On Higgsfield, the difference is more dramatic. A video on a cheaper model like one might cost you 20 credits, but a VO3 clip can cost 50 or 150 and more. That means that the same plan can last one person all month and leave another person empty within literally 2 days. The real cost will depend on what models you use and how much you iterate. And from my experience working with AI image and video generators, you always iterate more than you think. You rarely get the perfect result on the first generation, so you want to budget for 2 to 5 attempts per final result that you actually keep. With that in mind, you almost never want to opt in for the first plans unless you are really testing the platforms out. So in conclusion, let me go ahead and tell you which one you should pick. You want to pick OpenArt outright if your work is primarily image-based. Maybe you're a designer or a marketer making visuals, a creator who needs consistent characters or brand assets, or maybe you want that one affordable subscription covering image generation, editing, upscaling, and model training. At about $7 a month on the Essential plan paid annually, it's one of the most affordable entry points in AI creative tools and by far the most beginner-friendly. This is the best starting point for most people. Now Higgsfield on the other hand would be the better option for you if your work is primarily video. Maybe you're making short-form content on Instagram, Reels or TikToks, cinematic clips, video ads or talking head videos, and you want director-level camera control plus access to the best video models in one place. This is what the plan pricing looks like on Higgsfield at the time of recording this video, and this would be the sweet spot where the cinematic features unlock. If video is your focus, nothing in this comparison will match it. So for either tool, the smart move is the same. You want to start with the free tier to test the interface, or maybe watch videos like this one and see what they can offer to you. Get a feel for the output, run a few generations yourself, see if the quality matches what you need, and then only upgrade once you've hit the free limits and you know it's worth it. Go ahead and sign up using the links below this video, and if you have found it to be helpful or informative to watch, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on more content just like this one.